Sides to award quality, and indeed on that night, quality was awarded as Lionel Messi walked away with his 7th Ballon d'Or title, stretching his lead over his rival Cristiano Ronaldo by 2 hours more. And also, we talk about Afena-Gyan, whom many have said that denied a call-up to the senior national team, and his agent Oliver Atta has been explained to us why he did not accept that invitation that was extended to him by the Ghana Football Association and the head coach Milovan Rajvaj. And also, we talk about some hockey where Zamalek have made it to the semi-final of the ongoing Africa Cup for Club Champions, which is currently being staged in the country. I am Muftau Nabila Ablai. Welcome to AM Sports. Lionel Messi has won the Ballon d'Or for the 7th time in his career as a footballer, stretching his advantage over his rival Cristiano Ronaldo by 2 more. My colleague Gary Smith was at the awards ceremony and came through with this report.
Lionel Messi.
A więc Lionel Messi. 7. niebo.
Najlepszym napastnikiem, ale zdobywcą złotej piłki Leo Messi.
7. niebo i 7. złota piłka dla Lionela Messiego. Robert z historycznym osiągnięciem. 2. miejscem w plebiscycie.
Yes, it was right on this chair that moment ago. Leo Messi won his 7th. Magnificent 7 for Leo Messi. The Ballon d'Or now well and truly is his property. The interesting question is something that he hinted and alluded to. Is there anybody who can break it? You had a sense from the way he answered that he does not think that anybody can do it. The next person in the numerical game is Cristiano Ronaldo, his great rival. But it seemed like Messi knows and knew that it will be almost impossible for Cristiano to win another 2 to catch up to him. Thus, probably today is the day that cements Leo's legacy as the greatest of all time when it comes to this game we call football. But just before Leo went, he made a request for the 3rd time of the France football guys and officials. He asked them, we are told, to consider Robert Lewandowski getting the 2020 award belatedly. It looks like it means a lot to Messi, and we are told that it's something that France football will take seriously because from a PR point of view it makes sense. Giving it to the Polish for a year in which he did really well, and in a year which the excuse for which he was not given does not really make sense to a lot of us, and certainly Messi feels strongly about it as well. Anyway, at the end of the day, Messi was the last of the press conferences that also featured Putellas from Alexa Putellas from FC Barcelona, Gigi Donnarumma, best goalkeeper, and also Pedri, the best young player. All of them will feel in varying degrees whether they deserve it or not. But for the African brothers who couldn't win, Mohamed Salah, Messi said that Mo Salah should be confident that he can win it in the next year or 2 or 3. He said same about Lewandowski. Does Messi feel that his time is over? Is he hanging his boots when it comes to the Ballon d'Or? You know, and I know, that Messi will never, until he stops playing, hunting for more trophies. But it's been a great ceremony here. The magical 7 has gone to Messi after what has been a thrilling 65th edition of the most prestigious prize in world football. What happens next year will be heavily dependent on the way the leagues are done, how COVID behaves with the new variant, and also what happens with the Qatar 2022 World Cup and qualifying and all that. I am Gary Smith. Thank you for following our coverage. And until next year, we are packing up. All the best. Bye from us in Paris.
Le vainqueur du 65e Ballon d'Or France.
Now let's come home and talk about Accra Hearts of Oak. They have signed a 1-year sponsorship agreement with the National Lottery Authority worth 1 million Ghana cedis. Well, Director General of the National Lottery Authority, Sami Ogukwa, has been speaking about why they decided to sign an agreement with one of the oldest clubs in the country.
This journey began some time back, and we believe that for us at the NLA, and in terms of us also achieving the needed brand visibility, and also to help bring back love for our football post-COVID, it was important that we look out for the best people to also partner with. Accra House of Folk approached the National Lottery Authority and said, look, if you guys want to achieve the needed returns, get the needed brand visibility, and also be associated with the club that was ranked the 8th best club in the world in the year 2000, then you have nowhere to go than to come to Accra House of Folk. The seventh best club in the world.
You said it all.
And this is no mean an achievement. And thank you for always separating the boys from the men. For us at the NLA, we are proud to be associated with this partnership deal, which will give House of Folk 1 million Ghana cedis within the football season for 2021-2022. Ladies and gentlemen, Accra House of Folk and the National Lottery Authority, we share similar beginnings. The NLA started from a very humble beginning and will be 60 years next year. Accra House of Folk also started from a very humble beginning, and today they are the oldest surviving football club in the country. We believe that as we move beyond COVID, and as we also try to bring the love back to the stands, the NLA, as part of its 60th anniversary, which will be next year, decided to share this good news with the sporting fraternity and the millions of supporters of the great Accra House of Folk.
From club football, let's do national team news now and talk about Felix Afena-Gyan. You would recall that in the last call-ups made by Milovan Rival head coach of the Black Stars, he extended an invite to the Roma youngster. Well, he did not honor the invitation, and many have said that there's a possibility his management does not want him to play for the senior national team, the Black Stars. However, his agent, Oliver Atta, has been speaking to Joy Sports, and according to him, the GFA's decision not to allow him honor the invitation of playing for the national team was what led to the player scoring his debut goals against Genoa.
I commend them, and I'm very happy that they acted very professionally, because you know that when a player doesn't come for national team, the FA has to accept and approve for his continuous play in his club. And the president of the FA, Ked, I would say, did a very good job there. He was very professional. He understood the points that a player was not coming at that time. Okay, and then I think he agreed with the development process we discussed. So the FA accepted and gave the go-ahead to Roma to use the player. And I'm happy about that, because if the FA hadn't given the go-ahead, Roma would not have used him in the Genoa game, and we wouldn't be talking about Afena. The two goals will not come. So I think that the FA played a key role, and I'm really happy about what they did.
What did he tell you when Jose Mourinho called him to the first team?
You know, we already had hints of it. Okay, I think just 2 months of playing in the second team, the sport director of the first team already told me that the boy will be training in the first team and playing in the second team. Mourinho went to watch a game in a second team game, and then he was blown. Even though he's been seeing, but when he watched him in a game, he was blown. So he called. I knew he would go to the first team before even the player got to know. So I informed the player that I think that at this time now, you go in there, and he was very happy. And he's very confident, because he wasn't scared. He said, but when he went the first time, he didn't play. I said, Felix, how did you feel? He said, wow, the atmosphere is very different. But I was ready. And when I get a chance, I would score. When I get a chance, I would make something different. He's a very confident guy. He's very confident, and he believes that he has something to show. So he's always out there to get to show it.
From the Sunday pitches in Wenchi to the floodlights in Rome, that is the story of Afena-Gyan. Let's talk about the 2023 Africa Games, and specifically hear from the local organizing committee chairman, Dr. Ofusu Asari, who has been speaking about government's commitment to organizing the competition. He says the rest of the continent will be participating in an event to remember.
Well, the games will be hosted. And I want to use the opportunity to assure every Ghanaians that the government is deeply interested. The president himself has personally assured us, he has demonstrated in numerous ways his commitment to Ghana hosting these games. So I want to assure everybody that we have the backing of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the backing of the government, and we hope we'll get the backing of every Ghanaian, because we'll be embarking on a tour to whip up or sensitize every Ghanaian, to let every Ghanaian own this project. We want to say that it should be apolitical. It's a project for all Ghanaians. So definitely, if you go to the site now, go to Legon and see, you'll find the contractors there. Go to Boteman, work is going on there. Go to the Games Village, the 3 contractors are all working, and government has advanced some money to these contractors. So we are committed to getting the job done.
53 other African countries will be in Ghana for the games, 25 different sporting disciplines, and government says they are ready. Let's talk about the Africa Cup for Club Champions, which is the hockey competition currently being staged in the country at the Tudisha Oko hockey pitch. Well, 2 clubs from Egypt have made it to the semi-final of the competition, and my colleague Benaya Elam Dafiamakbo was there and came through with this report.
Day 6 of the hockey tournament served as another day of hockey entertainment, as 4 teams in the semi-finals battled it all out to book a place in the final. The first semi-final match was between Kada Stars from Nigeria and Zamalek from Egypt. After taking a 2-goal lead, the Nigerian side thought they already had a foot in the final, but the Egyptian side, Zamalek, who showed character, left it all in the 4th quarter. They came back from behind to draw level to take the game into penalties, which they later won to book their place in the final. Team Zamalek couldn't hide their joy, as it was all celebrations after the game. Head coach of Kada Stars was a disappointed man after his team threw away a 2-goal lead and lost the game.
I think it's just a sheer hard luck. They utilize opportunities they were getting and they make good use of it. And I want to believe maybe because some of the players that got injured and came out of the field really affected the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter play of the game. That's what I think. They are lucky, and it's unfortunate for us. It happens in sports. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Head coach of Zamalek, Saeed El Bedoui, couldn't hide his happiness after the performance from his players.
I told him, first of all, I was happy to win this game. I want to thank our players about what they're doing during the game. He do a lot of things. And we tell him we are must fighting in every moment until the last minutes of the game, because we are wanted to try in every single ball, every single passes or shooting the goal. And he's very amazing player because he understands the plan and is fighting until finishing this game.
The 2 teams who were looking to join Zamalek in the finals were Eastern Company and Tyrat, who are both from Egypt. Both sides gave each other a hot contest as they both had an eye on the final. Eastern Company opened the scoring in the 1st quarter and doubled their lead in the 2nd, but Tyrat came back from behind in an impressive manner to win the game by 3-2 to book their place in the finals with Zamalek. Coach of Tyrat, Khalid Zaki, spoke on what he expects against Zamalek in the final.
We will arrange this for the next match, and every match have their arrangement, and every match have what he needs, what needs we will need to do in the field, and this generation of Tyrat hockey player is a gold team, and we will do best in the final to win the final for the first time, and this is the first time in participation in this African hockey championship.
Eastern Company coach Hussein Kamel, whose side lost to Tyrat, says he is an angry man.
We feel angry, we feel sad. We hope to win today. We try to win. We make a good effort to reach the semi-final. As you know, in the beginning, we lose 2 games. We won 2 games yesterday. We got a good games against Ghana Army, and we win 4-0. We was the last team which connected with the semi-final. At last, I lose today. I play opening game against Tyrat. All teams know everything about the others. Maybe I scored at first. I didn't keep because I have one player take 3 yellow. It's the first time in our team one player takes 3 yellow cards.
The final between Zamalek and Tyrat will take place on November 30 at the Tudusio hockey pitch in Accra. Benaya Elom, Dafiamepo, Joy Sports.
The mantra of host and win has disappeared into thin air, and we were having 2 Egyptian clubs compete for the trophy in the grand finale. That was my colleague Benaya Elom with that report. And on that note, we say thanks very much for joining us for AM Sports with me, Muftaw Nabila Abla. You can head on to myjoyonline.com and read some more sports stories. Yesterday was the night where France football, organizers of Ballon d'Or, awarded their best players. However, FIFA will also be doing the same, and Ghana will have an opportunity of winning at least a medal because Sandra Awusu of Black Queens has been nominated for the Puskas Award. I leave you with that goal she scored against soccer intellectuals.
If you have for Poma. And it's Sandra Awusu, and there's the goal! The equalizer from Sandra Awusu, a wonderful strike. You can't beat that. What a wonder goal from way off her line on the half volley.